Can you share the concept of 4D connections in your concept of adaptive space?
Organizations can no longer rely on these one-size-fits-all, sort of mindsets of this is what we do to produce results. So they've got to constantly be fluxing and shifting and responding to what's happening in the outside world. So the very first thing they need to do is they need to be discovering. They need to constantly have people outside the organization so that they don't become insular and they're paying attention to the speed of the world around them so that they can respond and enact new solutions and future growth possibilities. But that's not enough. Ideas are cheap, and organizations can generate all kinds of ideas through discovery connections, but they've got to bring them into the world. And to do that, it's like a whole different set of configurations. Amazon describes them as two pizza teams, small cohesive teams that are very deeply trusting of one another with redundant connections, and they're wonderful at bringing ideas into the world. They get ideas from conception into reality, and they build minimum viable products. But that's not enough. Oftentimes what happens is you generate a new idea inside of one of these pockets, and then the antibodies kick in. The rest of the organization rejects it, and what we know is 43% of the time something designed in one of these entrepreneurial pockets will be stifled out by the broader organization. So then you need to shift to what I call diffusion connections, which is thinking about how do I get the organization buzzed up? How do I seed the organizational network in order to get other people encouraged about this idea? And how do I go find energizers that will really help to advocate for this idea? And then ultimately, those three sets of connections lead to the fourth one, which is a set of disruption connections, which really help to usher in the new normal. It disrupts the status quo, ushers in this new idea, and then sort of jumps to the next set of possibilities.